Alright, today we are having a look at the Mido Ocean Star Decompression Timer 1961 Limited Edition Mark II.
Atelier DE GRIFF.
This rainbow diver has received a lot of hype. Let's have a look in this hands-on why that might be a case and if it is indeed worthy of all that hype. Now, before we continue, all the essential details in the next 60 seconds. The stainless steel case is fully polished and has a 40.5mm diameter and is approximately 13.4mm thick, crystal included. Now, luck to luck comes in at about 47mm. As this is a diver's watch, you will notice the unidirectional bezel with its turquoise aluminium insert. You also have a screw-down crown and case back, so resulting in a 200-meter water resistance. Floating above the dial is a box-shaped sapphire crystal, and below the crystal you are greeted by a silvered white dial and a colorful decompression scale. Notice also the applied and polished indices and logo. This being a dive watch, you should of course expect some lume. Powering the watch is Mido's Caliber 80, essentially a decorated ETA movement, an automatic movement with a very comfortable 80-hour power reserve. It shows hours, minutes, seconds and date. The watch ships on a stainless steel bracelet and comes with two additional straps, one fabric strap and another leather strap. Now let's cut the hype and get right down to the bare metal here. And why was this hyped so much? Perfect looking summer watch at first glance. In addition, it helps that this watch was covered extensively by media outlets that also happen to sell this watch and its predecessor in their very own shops, but I digress. The ocean is filled with nice looking dive watches, so this segment is a highly competitive one and a very popular one as well. Standing out is therefore not always easy. Now, one quick look at this watch is enough to tell you that this is not a problem for this Ocean Star. A white dial with a funky looking decompression scale. The decompression scale looks great, and that is likely all it'll ever do, because I seriously doubt a single one of the future owners will actually ever use this. Just for fun, the way it works is as follows. At the start of a dive, you would set the minute hand at 12, and then at the end of, let's say, your 45-minute dive, you would be at a depth of 30 meters. Well, you would then look at where your minute hand is, so at the 45-minute mark, and since you would be at 30 meters, you would look at the green ring. This then shows you that you would need 30 minutes of decompression time. As I said, very fun and about as useful as a white crayon. Small point of attention then, and this may just be this watch, but the bezel action is not great. Out of the box it was very hard to turn. In fact, I thought it was broken, but now after some use it rotates okay, but it's still not a comfortable process. As far as bezel action goes, this watch definitely fails to impress. A nice rotating bezel is half the fun when talking dive watches, so this is disappointing. Then also a word on the lume, or well, lack thereof essentially. As you see here in this staged shot, the lume looks quite good. Now the problem is that in reality the lume very quickly fades, and this is what you would be looking at instead. Again, for a dive watch, this is not fantastic. Now anyway, how does this watch actually wear? On the wrist, the size feels right. With a nice lug to lug and okay thickness, this should look good on most wrists out there, big or small. A major standout is the weight of the watch. On the steel bracelet there is no way of forgetting you are wearing this watch. It's certainly not light. The dial is very much in your face, more so than the previous black dial version. In addition, the full watch case is polished, which again makes the watch stand out that much more. A fun vacation watch, yes, and good for casual wear. Now, due to its very particular look, this is not necessarily the most versatile watch, but that is purely subjective, of course. I certainly would not recommend this as your only watch. Now, this is a fun watch which unfortunately is also limited to 1961 numbers. Now, seeing as the previous black dial edition was already a limited edition which sold out in a flash, it would have been great if Mido simply made this a regular release instead, but then that would not have fueled the hype train, I guess. Now, is this watch worth all that hype? Well, after watching this review, what do you think? You be the judge.